we were speaking about the same topic earlier on decolonizing human rights, on decolonizing the Declaration of Human Rights. So I don't know if Alejandro is still with us because he could also participate in our conversation. Alejo, ¿todavía estás ahí? So I don't know if...
Yes.
Awesome.
Hola, hola. So it's basically it's okay for you to, I mean, like do this discussion in English because we were thinking about like the importance of discussing decolonizing human rights. We did like different reflections this year together with the Rosa Luxemburg Foundation, New York and Geneva, on the question, the important question of how like a legal instrument created by the liberal order, like the legal liberal order, could be appropriated as well by social movements, mainly in different parts of the world. And how could this instrument be like decolonized precisely to be more useful for social movements and grassroots? So I don't know, Julian, if you want to start this conversation, and if Mariana would like to participate as well and make this like a general discussion.
Yeah, sure. I think, I guess, in my opinion, after reading your piece, I definitely wholeheartedly agree with the idea that essentially these rights were conceived by a small handful of countries, and today we speak about them in a way that is very sort of vertically oriented, and sort of these handful of countries up here have discussed and determined that these are rights that should be upheld throughout the world. And then the sort of global South countries that are in Africa, Latin America, and Asia, and they just didn't have any voice at the table at this time because they weren't part of the UN. So I definitely agree with that sort of assessment. And I think ultimately, just like after reading your piece, the first thing that came to mind to me is how different actors in the global South can use these things as just like something to hold up directly to the people they're lobbying towards, as something that, hey, this is not something that we came up with. This is something that you came up with and are not upholding today. So just like a very sort of basic understanding of your piece after reading it briefly, I think is that it's definitely something that should be including voices in the global South to reinterpret what human rights are from a legal standpoint, and why these legal sort of arguments seem to uphold in some places, and then are just like totally disregarded when we talk about the global South. So yeah, that was just my initial interpretation after reading it. Wholeheartedly agree. I don't know if Mariana has similar thoughts or yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yes, I will agree with your point. I think something very interesting to think about how to conceive the declaration in a epistemological